So, you're dreaming of a new pool. You're probably picturing that crystal clear water, the kids splashing around, the perfect patio. But what if I told you that one of the smallest details could totally make or break the whole thing? Okay, let's dive in. So, what is it? What's that one critical mistake we're talking about? Well, it all happens right there, at the edge, where the pool itself meets the deck. If you get this part wrong, you could be looking at cracks, frustrating delays, and a whole lot of headaches. And the answer has everything to do with a little something called coping. And that secret weapon, it's called swimming pool coping. I mean, you know what this is. It's that finished edge you sit on, or the part you grab when you're pulling yourself out of the water. It seems so simple, right? But its job is absolutely crucial. You know, it's easy to think coping is just a pretty frame for the water, but it's doing so much more behind the scenes. It's actually protecting the entire pool shell from water damage, giving you a safe, non-slip edge to walk on, making sure all that splash-out water goes to the drains. And yeah, of course, it gives the pool that beautiful finished look. It's a real workhorse. So if coping is this important, where do things go so wrong? Well, a lot of the time, it comes down to how that coping is actually made. The old school traditional method is pouring the concrete right there on site. And let me tell you, that's a gamble with 3 major risks. Okay, so problem number 1 is the weather. If your contractor is pouring concrete right there in your backyard, you are completely at the mercy of Mother Nature. A surprise rainstorm, a sudden cold snap, anything like that can bring the entire project to a screeching halt, pushing your timeline back and, you guessed it, driving up the costs. Second, there's the weeding gear. Cast-in-place concrete needs a long time to properly cure and get to its full strength. That means your backyard is basically a construction zone, a no-go zone for way, way longer than you want it to be. And then risk number 3 is a big one, quality. Think about it. The final finish is a total lottery. It depends on the weather that day, the mix of the concrete, and the specific skills of the crew doing the work. This can lead to an uneven look and, even worse, a surface that's just begging to crack, especially if you live somewhere with freeze-thaw cycles. Yeah, this quote here really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Taking that on-site gamble means you're rolling the dice on delays, quality problems, and unexpected costs. There has to be a better way, right? And there is. So let's talk about the solution, taking the whole messy process off your property and into a controlled, clean factory. This is where precast concrete comes in. So precast concrete, the name pretty much says it all. The concrete pieces you're coping are made in a factory. They use these super precise, reusable molds, they're cured under absolutely perfect conditions, and then they're delivered to your house, completely finished and ready to install. Just look at the difference here. Instead of your crew battling mud and unpredictable weather in your backyard, you have skilled professionals working in a clean, controlled plant. Every single piece is made to the exact same high standard. You just can't get that level of consistency on site. It's impossible. And then, almost like magic, this shows up at your house. The pieces are already fully cured, they're incredibly strong, and they are ready for immediate installation. This just completely flips the script on the whole construction timeline. All right, so let's circle back to that huge problem of cracking and iffy quality. How does precast actually solve for durability? Okay, this chart lays it all out. Nice and simple. With the on-site pours, you're constantly fighting the elements, which can lead to a weaker product that's way more likely to crack. But with precast, every single piece is cured perfectly in a factory. It's engineered from the start for maximum strength and consistency. The quality isn't a guess, it's practically guaranteed. But check this out. This is where it gets really cool. Because the whole process is so controlled, manufacturers can use these specialized sealers that can reduce something called chloride penetration by up to 95%. In plain English, that means way less damage from pool salt and chemicals over the years. That's durability you can actually measure. Okay, so we've established that precast is way more durable, but it also solves the other big problems. It gives you your pool faster and with a beautiful finish without all the headaches. Let's dig into that. Again, this table just says it all. The timeline with precast is dramatically faster because you're skipping that whole on-site curing process. The installation can happen in almost any weather, which gets rid of those expensive delays. And the final finish? It's not a roll of the dice. It's precise and consistent every single time. And we have to talk about that finish, because this is the fun part. The factory process opens up this huge world of design possibilities. You can get an incredible variety of colors and textures, from a super modern, smooth look to something that perfectly mimics natural stone. The edges are perfectly rounded and comfortable, with a great surface that feels good on bare feet and won't snag swimsuits. It's a better look and better performance. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, choosing precast coping, it's not just about dodging a few problems. It's really about making a smart, long-term investment in your home. It all boils down to these 4 pillars of value. It's versatile, giving you all those design options. It's incredibly resilient. It resists rot, bugs, fire. It even gets stronger over time. It's more sustainable because it's made from natural stuff and drastically cuts down on-site waste. And believe it or not, it's more affordable over the life of your pool because it needs so little maintenance. It's the whole package. So I want to leave you with this question. Your pool is a massive, long-term investment. You wouldn't build a house on a shaky foundation, right? So why would you finish your pool with an edge that's a total gamble? Choosing the right coping is one of those small decisions that makes a huge, huge difference, ensuring your backyard oasis is truly built to last.